Welcome, traders. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back again to this live trading session. I'm really excited to share you again this live our recent live trading session, because this would be a really banger session that we could actually take. There are a lot of setup that could potentially happen in the markets. So all we have to do is I want you guys to be ready. And by the way, welcome to this live trading session. I'm Ruffy Capacio, a technical trading analyst here at ACY Securities. So I'm also a proprietary trader. I'm a successful prop firm trader. I've already gained a lot of payouts of any prop firms. And my trading approach is simple, pure price action, technical analysis, and disciplined risk management. In this live trading session, I'll walk you through all of my live market analysis, explain the reasoning behind every setup, and show you how I read the charts in real time. And now get your charts ready and let's get started. So, a quick reminder before we begin, this is not a financial advice. This is simply my personal view of the markets based on price action and current market structure. Trading always involves risk. There are no guarantees, so make sure you manage your risk properly, do your own research, and never risk money you're not prepared to lose. Let me say it again, never risk money you're not prepared to lose. All of the setups that I will be sharing you guys today is based on my price action and my opinion, and I want you guys to trade on your own risk. Okay, I think there's no need to actually waste time. Let me share you the setups that I'm really interested in taking today's live trading session. And now get your charts ready. Let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is to know what would be the high impact news that could potentially impact our setups or could potentially give any volatility in the markets. Now, as you can see, we are back at FinLogix. You can actually see the economic calendar or any macroeconomic news on this side. Now, let's go to economic calendar. All we have to focus is today, and focusing only the high impact news. That is how I use the news, only knowing where or what time could this high impact news could potentially happen. Now, medium could still also be good or could potentially give also some volatility in the markets, but the main thing that I do is to focus mainly on the high impact news or the red folder news. The same potato now, as you can see, this could potentially happen this upcoming New York session. Here on Manila time, it could potentially happen on this upcoming New York session. Now, today is Thursday, July 23, 2026. Now, these are the only high impact news that could potentially happen in the market. There is still no actual forecast because it still didn't happen. It could still happen this upcoming New York session. But it is just giving us an exact time, knowing this exact time or session could have high volatility on euro pairs. Or euro currency. Pairs that has euro currency, which are, one example is Euro USD, Euro CAD, Euro AUD, Euro GBP, Euro JPY, all of the pairs that has euro pairs. Now, as you can see, there is still no actual forecast, but all we have to do is to know what time could it potentially happen. As you can see, it already gives us an exact indication that it could potentially happen this upcoming New York session. By the way, I'm purely price action. I know there is a deeper insight on the news, but for me, in my all trading experience, I just let my price action talk. That's it. Now, let's start. Let me actually share you my chart. Now, currently, we are back at gold. Currently, we are at the weekly chart. Now, as you can see at the top, these are the time frames. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, daily, and weekly. Now, let me actually give you guys a little bit of how my strategy works. I'm actually looking on a multi-time frame chart. Why do I actually do this? Because so that I will actually start my analysis on the higher time frame. Because the higher the time frame it is, the much respected the weekly and support, or the support and key levels. It is well respected. Because once the higher time frame could actually gives me an exact confirmation or trend, whether the weekly could actually give me that the weekly is bullish, then I can actually automatically decide whether I'm buying or selling. Now currently, let me give you an example. We are currently at the weekly chart. Sadly, market is clearly in a bearish trend on the weekly. Because once we take sales, knowing that gold is clearly in a bearish trend, yes, it is bearish. But knowing where we at currently at the market structure, right? If you already been keep joining on this live trading session daily, you already know what are or how I actually trade. Because once market is bearish, I only take trades or sells at a potential lower highs at a bearish trend. Because knowing market or bearish market structure always create this elbows, right? A lower low structure, a lower high elbow structure. Now, in order for it to have its next push, this lower high needs to be created. But if you want to master, or if you want to actually know the deeper insight of market structure, I have an exact blog about it, which is, I actually titled it as a complete beginner's guide. What are the only not this one. It is actually a guide to master price action strategy that works in any market. Complete guide on how to trade with market structure and support and resistance. If you want to actually know the deeper insight on how to trade and how to actually know whether the market is bullish and bearish, and how to spot key levels, meaning how to spot support and resistance, this is the exact complete guide that you could actually read. Master it. I have given you all the exact insights that you could use. All you have to do is to actually take time on knowing and reading this exact blog. Now, if you already understand how the market structure works on a bearish, this is how it works. Price push to the downside, market could actually stop to create a lower low. In order for it to continue to push to the downside, it needs to have its pullback to create this lower high. Now, after the lower high has created, the next thing could potentially happen is a push. Now, it will just repeatedly happening. Price create another lower low structure. In order for it to continue to push to the downside, another lower high is created. Then this is where we take sell. Because knowing the next thing could happen, a push to the downside, right? This is how we anticipate. Now here currently, the market structure is at a potential low. Now let me ask you, it is ideal to take sells as a potential lower high on the weekly chart? No, right? Because we already anticipate the next thing could happen is to have its retracement. That is why this is one important thing as a trader. You need to know why or how did you lose, or what is the reason behind your trade, and why you got stopped out, and why you got actually why you actually have executed a profit trade, right? Now, one example why it did not respect my exact first daily resistance level, because price is at a potential lower low. it needs to have a deeper pullback for it to create another push to the downside. Now looking at it, I think it is not good for sales. All we have to do is to react and adopt on what the current market structure is giving us. Now looking here, price is already having its shift. Price did not properly respected my first daily resistance. There is also a second resistance here. The previous resistance has been broken. As you can see here, it did not respected, because this is possibly our first anticipation here, right? This exact level. It did not properly respect our resistance level. It broke above. You clearly see price broke above. Now, right after price is here, this level could potentially act as a support. But I see this new support level that it could react here. You can clearly see a support, a resistance, a support, a resistance. Market is already telling us that it will react every time it approaches this level. Whether above, when the price is above, it will react as a support. Once price is below, it will react as a resistance. That is why market will always tells a story. All we have to do is to understand it more clearly and to see the broader view of the market. Now, knowing the market will potentially react every time it approaches here, then all we have to do is to anticipate this move, wait for the retest of this daily support for us to actually catch buys right exactly on this level. That is how simple price action is. Now, knowing at the weekly chart, yes, I actually start analyzing on the week why we actually buy, even though the weekly is clearly in a bearish trend. Why we need to buy, knowing that the trend is bearish? And why did you buy on a daily support? Now let me explain it here. Just a quick explanation. Now, knowing the weekly is clearly in a bearish trend, right? Market is creating a lower high, lower low structure. But let me actually give you the exact detail of the structure. On the weekly chart, this is how it looks like. Market is very clean. Market is creating this lower high, lower low structure. But on the daily, it will look like this. It will look like a lot of structure on the daily. Market is creating this lower high, lower low structure, right? Now, in order for it to create another lower high on the weekly, daily will shift into a bullish trend. It needs to have that bullish momentum for it to create another lower high on the weekly. And that is why I will actually initiate some trades at the potential lower high of the weekly, because knowing market could potentially now shift to its bearish trend. Now, for it to continue to push to the downside, daily chart needs to have that bearish momentum, right? Now, the market is at a potential lower low. Now, in knowing that we are at a potential lower low at the weekly chart, in order for the weekly to actually continue to push to the downside, it needs to create another lower high here, right? The same on what happened here. That is why we are actually interested in buys, because knowing on the daily chart, it needs to have that bullish push. Therefore, we are taking the retracement of the higher time frame. That is why you need to understand the broader view on how the market structure works. There is a specific blog that I have posted on the ACY website. You can actually check it out, which is this one. Check it out and you will master how to actually see how the market works and how the market structure works on all time frames. Because it is not only useful, the market structure is not only useful on the weekly and the daily, it is useful on all the time frames. That is why you need to understand, and this is how I will just let you know, guys, that this is how my strategy works. Looking on the multi-time frame, because my higher time frame is the higher the time frame that I analyze is, the much respected my setup is. Now, knowing this is the weekly, knowing potentially it could create another lower high here, so for it to continue to push to the downside. Now look, this is how it looks like on the weekly. Now like we could actually plot here. We could leave this one. Now you could actually see it here on the daily. Right, market is having its bullish momentum. You can clearly see here it broke above on this daily resistance. Could potentially act as a support for it to continue to push to the upside. Right, exactly just here. Because knowing this would be the lower high structure that the weekly could create, now all we have to do is to catch some buys on that retracement and putting our exact take profit where the lower high structure in the weekly could potentially create. That is how a multi-time frame structure could, that is how I analyze the market using a multi-time frame structure. Probably if you're just a beginner in the market, I know it is confusing, but probably in time you will understand. Now, all we have to do on gold, I know it is just a little bit of dedication that I could actually give you guys. More likely it's just a sprinkles on my setups. There is more to it. Now, looking at the daily on gold, price has already broke above on this daily resistance level. Therefore, once price is above, this key level could act as a support. All we have to do is to wait for the price to retrace back on this daily support. Target this level here where the market could react and where the market could create a potential lower high at the weekly chart. Just wait, just be patient, wait for the market to retrace back on our daily support level, so that we will be interested in buys. I'm not actually just making it on my own. I only react on the market is telling me. That is why I'm actually giving you guys a hint. All we have to do is to actually react and adapt. It did not respected previously on our resistance level, because this is how I was analyzing it on my previous, my recent analysis last Monday. That we will wait for the market to react this level so that we will be looking for sells. But sadly, I anticipated my entry signal did not actually, there's no entry signal happen here on my exact session. Therefore, price broke above. Then all I had to do is to react and adapt on what is the market is telling me. Market is telling me that it did not respected my resistance level. And also this resistance level here, price broke above, then therefore all I had to do is to react and adapt. How? Now the market is telling me that it did not respect the resistance, price broke above. All I had to do is to react and adapt. Use this resistance level as now as a support, because market is telling me that it needs to have that push to the upside to create a lower high structure at the weekly chart. Just be patient. This is the exact key level. You can actually screenshot it here. All you have to do is to wait for the market to approach this exact daily support level so that we can cash buys here. Putting our stop loss of pips below. Target this exact level where it could potentially reject. I think that's it for gold. All we have to do is just to be patient. No need to force trades. Today is Tuesday, or Thursday rather. There is still a lot of time. The market could potentially move, but I think we only have 4 sessions left. Today's New York London session, and tonight's New York session, and tomorrow London session and New York session. I think we only have 4 trading sessions left. Because those kind of session, that is why I only trade on London and New York session, because that is where the market is volatile. But knowing there is a high impact news, right? but I don't think it could affect gold because mostly only the major high impact news, which is news that could potentially affect the USD, that are those kind of news just could potentially have or give volatility on gold. I think all we have to do for gold, wait for the price to retrace back on our support level, so that we will looking buys for this exact support level. Next, NAS100, beautiful as it is, right? I actually already initiated this trade. Price already giving me my entry signal. Price broke below. Price retested back. It is just, this is kind of trade that I will actually execute every single time, because it is way too simple. Looking at the weekly chart, price is already creating this head and shoulder pattern, right? By the way, I have an exact recent blog on how to spot reversal pattern, which is this exact blog, Reversal Chart Patterns, the complete guide to spotting trend reversal pattern in trading. There are specific patterns that you could just use in trading, which is reliable and essential only, that you could use in trading using price action. The first one is the head and shoulder pattern. Next is the inverted head and shoulder pattern. Next is the double top pattern for bullish. For the double top is for a bearish reversal. A double bottom is for a bullish reversal pattern, and also a triple top pattern for a bearish reversal, and also a triple bottom pattern for a bullish reversal. Now all you have to do is to actually read this a lot, so that you will understand how reversal pattern and how to spot and use it on price action. Now going back to our chart, as you can see, market is already giving us this exact pattern, the head and shoulder pattern. Now this could potentially happen when price is at the top, meaning bearish reversal pattern. That signal, the head and shoulder pattern is a bearish reversal pattern that signals buyers are losing momentum and sellers are beginning to take control, meaning it will potentially happen at the highest point or the highs of the market. Now looking at the current price action here on NAS100 or NASDAQ, looking at the weekly chart where the market is having its bullish momentum. Pattern has been created. This head and shoulder pattern has been created at highs. Therefore, market or the bullish moment, the buyers has lose its momentum. Therefore, market is potentially now shifting to bearish from bullish, potentially now shift to bearish to have its massive push to the downside. Looking at the daily chart, you can clearly see market breaks this daily support level previously. This is how I spot my key level. You can clearly see there are reaction here, 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 here. There are a lot of reaction once price approaches this key level. Now price, previously this key level acted as a support because price clearly is above. This is how you actually see it. Market is above, price reacting above it as a floor or as a support. Now right after, price broke below. Therefore this key level now could potentially act as a resistance. The same on what happened here. Price broke below on this daily support level. Price retraced. This key level acted as a resistance. Push to the downside. All we have to do is to copy that exact move. Break, retest, push to the downside. Clearly see this EMA indicator could potentially act as a resistance or a secondary resistance or a secondary trend confirmation. Look at it. Price retrace, reject. Price, I already entered this trade. All you have to do is to actually you could actually execute this trade right now. But I actually want to let you know, guys, to trade on your own risk, because all of it is based on my opinion and how I see the market. And you could actually execute this trade right now. Bearish engulfing has been created, putting your stop loss a few pips above. Probably you could just target a 1:1, but it is not ideal to only catch a 1:1 risk reward. You need, every trade you execute, you need a 1:2. But our target price is here, where the market could potentially react here. But the best thing that you could do is to wait for the price to retrace back on our level. Wait for your entry signal so that you can execute trade. Probably you could target a 1:2 risk reward once price approaches back on this resistance level on the lower time frame. That's it. If price could react here, hit instantly on this take profit price and close below, then probably I will anticipate that the market could potentially reach this level. That is how I see the market, because you can clearly see how this price action works, right? Every time it will create a head and shoulder pattern at the higher time frame, it needs to have that massive pullback to retest back on these key levels. When you look on the left, there are no reaction here. It is actually it is an empty space, right? Because once price could broke this first take profit price, I will hold my take profit and target these levels where the market could potentially react. Because when you look on the left, there are a lot of reaction here, right? Where the market could react. It's an empty space. Market has had its push. It did not even react exactly in this area. It is continuing to push to the upside, reacting on this level. The same could happen if it will have its pullback to the downside. That's it. Now, that is for NAS100. Just be patient on the lower time frame. Sadly, I have already executed this trade. This happened right on pre-London. Maybe one hour before pre-London, my entry signals has already been created. Like right exactly on the spot. Market create this massive bearish engulfing, have its push to the downside on the 1 hour or in the 2 hour chart. It is having its push. I actually executed this trade right exactly here. Now, all you have to do, wait for the price to retrace back on the lower time frame, back on the resistance level. Wait for your entry signal so that you can catch a 1:2 risk reward on this first take profit. That's it. This is the only level that it could potentially react. It will react, but once price could break this level, then I will see the market could potentially reach this second target price. Right? Because when you look here, there are no reaction. It is an empty space. The same on the weekly chart. So therefore, the only level that it could potentially reach is this level. There is a support level here. Therefore, this is the next level. When price could broke this level, hold your take profit price towards this area. I think that is how I analyze the market on NAS100. Just be patient. Wait for the price to approach back on the lower time frame at exactly on our resistance level. That's it. No need to force trade right now, because once you execute this trade right now, your risk reward won't make sense. I'll see this that it could potentially drop, because this EMA indicator, it is actually acting as a secondary resistance also on this daily resistance level. That's it on NAS100 or NASDAQ. Now on to the next. You can clearly see here on the bullish on Bitcoin, market is clearly at the lower high structure and it already broke above on our consolidation zone. This is why you need to be patient. You need for the market to have its breakout first so that you will be interested in taking any buys or sell on this market. Because once price is in a consolidation zone, knowing market could just bounce above and or also on this daily resistance level. it could just have its sideways motion or ranging motion. That's why being patient, waiting for the breakout is the best or highest probability that we could execute trades on Bitcoin. Because you'll be risking yourself once you execute some trades inside this consolidation zone. Because a lot of breakouts, it could just hit your stop loss play right here and go push to the downside. Or if you are interested in sell, the same way could happen. A lot of liquidity grabs or fake outs or wake outs, whatever you call it. A lot of fake outs could potentially happen in this area. That is why the best highest probability to minimize wake outs or fake outs is to wait for the breakouts. But currently, market has broke above. What could potentially happen next? Therefore, the next thing could potentially happen is a push to the upside. All we have to do is to actually delete this daily support level so that we will only focus first on this weekly support. This EMA indicator could potentially act also as a secondary support level, pushing price to the upside. Therefore, the market is clearly in a bullish trend because once EMA indicator is below, price action will automatically give you a confirmation that the market is clearly in a bullish trend. That's it. Wait for any entry signal, bullish engulfing. Whenever it goes first, you could actually execute this trade right now on Bitcoin, putting your stop loss a few pips below because it already engulfed this area. And I want you to trade on your own risk because once we executed the trade, we don't know what would potentially happen in the market. All we had is the probability of our setups. Now that's it on Bitcoin. You could actually execute this trade right now, and all I had is to target a 1:2 risk reward where it could potentially react. You can clearly see here there is a level that it could potentially react here. Here, resistance, 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 resistance. Therefore, the market could potentially react once price approaches here. Probably we could just put a little bit below and adjust our level here. Probably could just approach this level because a lot of price would actually reach wick. Therefore, it could still hit our 1:2 risk reward. Let's see how could this play out because the market is already having its breakout, giving us a confirmation that it could now potentially push to the upside. There is also a EMA indicator that could potentially act as a support. Once price could just consolidate, EMA indicator could just act as a support, pushing price to the upside. That's it on Bitcoin. You can actually execute this trade right now, but manage your own risk and trade on your own risk. On to the next. Now, USD CHF. You clearly see here, market did not respect our resistance level. This kind of loss is as one of the trades that I could say a good trade. Because even though it stopped me out, you clearly see I executed this trade right exactly. It retested this resistance level. The market or my price action setup giving me a confirmation that is good, that is already good to take or to execute. Then I will execute it. Right after I will execute it, I will actually put in my mind that actually I don't know what would be the outcome of my setup. All I had is the edge or the probability that it could play out. That's it. That's the only thing I got. My setup is giving me the high probability, giving me it is already good to execute. I executed it during my session. And market didn't just play out. This kind of loss is this kind of trade is what I love because it actually told me that I'm really wrong for this setup because sometimes market could just wick you out and go to your take profit, but this one really stopped me out. Market really pushed a little bit higher on what I expected. Therefore, actually knowing that I'm overall wrong for this setup. That's it. You actually don't. We actually don't know what will be the outcome. All I had is I manage my risk. I follow my plan. That would be the best thing for this setup. I think much better. There is no other price action that I will actually execute. Right? I will actually execute this kind of setup 100% every single time once it gives me an opportunity. That's it. Now on to the next. AUDCHF. Both of them move the same because both of them has the same code, meaning secondary pair, which is CHF. Both of them has CHF pair, AUDCHF, USDCHF, meaning once I did not execute AUDCHF because knowing I executed USDCHF. So therefore, both of them is correlated. Price is having its push to the upside, giving us an instant confirmation that CHF is getting weaker and AUD or the base pair is getting stronger than the CHF pair. Now, it did not respect my resistance level the same as USDCHF. Then, yeah, that is just how the market works. Letting the market do its thing. So probably much better I will look for another pair because there are a lot of pairs that we could actually trade rather than forcing on, even though it is not good or ideal to take right now. The ideal thing that I will be interested on USDCHF is sells. So therefore, it did not respected my sell setup. Then I will look for other markets. NZD CAD already hit our exact take profit price. You can clearly see here. I anticipated this move last Monday that it could potentially have its push right on our level. Rewatch the previous live trading session. You can actually watch it on our YouTube channel. There are exact trading session on our exact YouTube channel. You could actually subscribe if you want to be notified if there are recent videos or shorts educational insight about a macroeconomic. One of our macroeconomic analysts, which is Miss Ira, could actually give you a daily market insight on our YouTube channel and all across all our social platforms also. So you could just rewatch our previous live trading session right exactly on our channel. So like I've said, rewatch my previous live trading session on how I anticipated this move on NZD CAD. I anticipated that market could have its retest of this daily support and weekly support for it to have a push to the upside. Now we are previously looking that we will be interested in initiating the trade once price could retest back on our level. Now you can clearly see it happened earlier. It happened much earlier. We actually started our I already anticipated this move last Sunday, but I have already shared you guys late, right? Because even if we actually started much earlier and I've shared you guys the setup, probably some of you already hit some take profit price. But if we actually started here, engulfing candlestick right after price approaches this level, putting our stop loss of pips below, and target a 1:2 risk reward, this is how we play out. This is how it play out. Instantly, right? Because this level is well respected. We are waiting for a retracement, but it did not give us a retracement. Market just have its massive push. Hit our take profit price right exactly on 2 days. It hit my exact take profit price only on Tuesday, instantly. But sadly, did not give us a better pullback on the 30-minute last Monday. That is why we actually didn't execute it. Because we started anticipating where NZD CAD is here. Where it is here on the 30 chart. Like I've said, we will wait for the price to have its retracement so that we could catch another buys. But if we started much earlier, if we started right here, if we just broke a little bit on our trading plan, but some of you, I want to recommend that you don't need to break your trading plan. But me, sometimes I already have experience in the market, and I know how the market actually moves. Then probably I executed this trade with you guys right after it gives me this bullish engulfing candlestick, putting my stop loss a few pips below on this daily and weekly, and instantly, right? Really an easy, simple analysis on NZD-CAD. Right after hit, massively, it did not give us a better retracement. Buyers are really just pushing this price, and this key level, this is where probably buyers are actually executing the trade. That is why market just instantly push this pair to the upside. So I think this is one of the reasons you need to understand, you need to know why, on how you actually anticipated the move, what kind of analysis, what did you do. That is the only best thing that you could do every time you execute your trade. So I think that's it for NZD-CAD. AUD-CAD, I think price still did not break our daily resistance. Looking at the daily, it's still stalling above. Probably I will just wait for the price to break and retest this daily support level so that I will be interested in selling this pair. Next, JBP AUD. Sadly, this market left us out. I anticipated this move last Monday that we will wait for the market to retrace back so that we'll be interested in sell, but look at it, we missed out. Sadly, yeah, anticipated an NZD-CAD move and also the JBP AUD pair, right? Sadly, JBP AUD left us out. Now, as you can see here, just let me find it first. JBP AUD. Now you can clearly see the market left us out here. Right after the market have its minor retracement. Like I said, we will wait for the market to have its retracement so that we'll be interested in selling this pair. Market just instantly pushed to the downside. Right? Simple as it is, nothing is much simpler than it using price action. But I can still see there is a strong resistance level that it could potentially continue to react. Probably I'll just wait for the market to break this key level here. I think I will just wait for the market to break this level. This is still a support because price is above. The best thing that I could do for JBP AUD, sadly, if it actually left me out on the first setup, then I will just wait for the second setup. Wait for this support level to be broken. Wait for the retracement. Execute exactly on the sell right after the retracement. Because once price could break, this support level could now act as a resistance level. And also, the next thing could do is a push to the downside because this EMA indicator, it's still acting as support, but once the price will broke below, EMA could now moving at the upside. Right after the retracement, it will act as a secondary resistance, pushing the price back or continuing to push the price towards the downside. Just wait for the price to break the support level so that we will be interested in looking for sell on JBP AUD. So I think that is it. Now, by the way, we have a Discord community. All you have is to scan this QR code inside our inclusive Discord community. We will be sharing a much deeper insight of my analysis that I actually post daily on our website. But there is, on this Discord community, I will be sharing much deeper insight of what I am sharing this live trading session, but a much deeper insight. I will be explaining why on how I executed the trade, and also explaining on how my strategy works on a deeper insight also. All you have to do is to scan this QR code. Feel free to join. It's for free and only inclusive for those who wants to join. No need to worry, there is a link on the description below. You can just click that the exact link, and yeah, register now and join our Discord community if you want to master my price action strategy in a market. Now let me simplify our setup this live trading session. First, gold will be interested in buying this pair. Wait for the retracement back on this daily support level. Wait for the price to retrace and retest this daily support level so that we could buy this pair and target this level where the market could potentially create a lower high structure on the weekly chart, and put your stop loss once you executed the trade and once the market already reached our support level. Execute it right instantly. Don't second guess it. Put your stop loss a few pips below. Target a 1:2.3 risk reward. This is a high probability because market is retesting this double bottom pattern. Already broke above and the neckline. Possibly once price retesting this daily support, it is also retesting this double bottom neckline. Next, NAS100. Market is already having its move. Let's see how this upcoming London session could affect our setups. But once price could actually approach on the 30-minute or in the 15-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, whenever the market could approach back on this resistance level, wait for your entry signal. Don't second guess it. Execute right away. Target a 1:2 risk reward, putting your stop loss a few pips above on this daily resistance level. This is a high probability setup because we executed this trade on a resistance level, and also on the weekly chart we are retesting the neckline of the head and shoulder pattern, a reversal pattern that indicates that the market is shifting from bullish to bearish. And also we executed a trade on the daily chart. This EME indicator could potentially also act as a secondary resistance, pushing the price to the downside. Next, Bitcoin. Already, you could actually execute this trade. This is also a higher probability because market just actually broke above on this consolidation zone. All we had to do, like I've said, react and adapt. Once the market could have its breakout above, then we will actually looking for buys. Execute this trade right now because it already gives us a bullish engulfing on the 1 hour chart. That would be our entry, putting our stop loss a few pips below on this weekly support level, and also below on this EME indicator, because once price could approach a little much deeper, this EME indicator could just act as a secondary support, pushing price back to the upside, and we'll see how this setup could play out on Bitcoin. Next, USD/CHF, stop us out. One of the good trades that I actually executed this week, even though I started a loss, but it's part of the game. I executed this trade. I will take this kind of trade execute this trade every single time once the market gives me this kind of opportunity. The best thing that I had is I follow my technical plan on trading, and also my rule on risking only that I'm willing to lose in the market, and also following my plan, executed it exactly on the spot from A to Z. I actually followed my plan, but market did not play out, sadly, but it is part of the game. Next, AUD/CHF, the same move as USD/CHF. It did not respect it, but I avoided the loss because I already executed the trade. I followed my plan. Only take once I actually executed one trade, much better. I will not be executing second also, because this is still, both of them will move the same. Then I followed my plan, only actually executing one trade per week. NZD/CAD, already actually I need to help to understand Forex trading better. So what's up, the preacher? I hope you actually enter this live trading session, because I already explained all the details on how to actually trade. But the best thing that you could do is to actually join this live trading session daily, and as early as possible. Much better you could actually join this live trading session, because I'm already about to end. I'm already just giving some setups that you could actually take this upcoming New York or London session and New York session. So no need to worry. This is for free. And also, you could actually join this free Discord community where I will be actually teaching you guys on how to know the deeper insight on how I trade the market using only pure price action. Not caring about macroeconomic news, but if you want to trade with the news, we have an exact market analyst, a macroeconomic strategist that could actually help you out also. She could help you she could actually help you out how to understand macroeconomic using only, and you could actually pair it on my price action also. Why not learn both kind of strategy, right? Pairing macroeconomics towards my price action. That said, feel free to join. You could actually scan this QR code, and there is a link on the description box. You could also use that link towards our Discord community. I think the marketing team could actually just give you a link on the live chat so that you could actually join towards our Discord community. So yeah, and Preacher, I want you guys, and not only Preacher, I want you guys all to give 100% of all if you want to make something on trading. Because trading is a skill. The same on how doctors achieve, or how before they actually do their surgery. Let me actually give you guys an example. In doctors, before they actually start doing their surgery or operation, they need to actually learn 4 years, right? It is a skill. The same on trading. In order for you to actually make profits in the market, you need to actually master the skill first. That's it. Not only the best thing on trading, it's not about only technical, but psychological also. That's it. Now, the marketing team could actually give you guys the exact link. Probably you could actually check it now. Yeah, they are already giving you guys the link. All you have to do is to go to that exact link, register for free, so that you can actually join our exclusive Discord community. So it is exclusive only for those who wants to join. So yeah, and now let's get back to our analysis. Now, AUD NZD CAD anticipated this move. Sadly, already closed on what is low risk reward. I think one of the best market or setups that we actually anticipated. Right? It just hit our exact take profit price within the early days of this week. Next, AUD CAD. Price is still having its move. Much better. The best thing that we could anticipate. Wait for the market to break the support level. Wait for the retracement so that we could execute sells on AUD CAD. Now next, JBP AUD. The same. Sadly, it left me out. I did not execute this trade. But the best thing that we could anticipate on our setups on AUD on JBP AUD. Wait for the market to break this support level right after the retracement, then so that we could actually execute this trade after the retracement. So yeah, I think that is the only setup we had this live trading session. So hopefully you actually understand something. I want you guys to actually learn of it, master the skill first, so that you could actually start making something on the market, in trading in general. So yeah, and I hope you understand something today. So I hope you're ready to actually catch some trades this upcoming London New York session. Just be patient in our setups, but once our setups won't play out, then there's no need to force some trades. Wait for our setup to actually play out, so that once it will actually play out, then don't second guess to execute right away. So yeah, by the way, you could actually also go to this exact website, and if you're still learning or don't have time to analyze the markets every day, you could actually check our trading cup. You'll be able to follow experienced traders and copy trades in real time while learning how trades are managed professionally. It is a simple way to stay involved in the market without over complicating the process. The link is in the description below. If you don't want to actually trade on your own, and if you want other people to actually execute your own trade or your own on your own account, you can actually use this. There are a lot of traders who use their own strategy, and a lot of them is actually gaining a lot of as you can see, they're actually gaining a lot or bigger percentage on their own capital. You could just copy them, sign up with ACY Securities, putting some capitals, letting other traders trade your own capital. You could just copy them. They have a lot of strategy. They actually use their own strategy, and yeah, just join the. So, are you joining the Discord community? The marketing team could just instantly help you out. So yeah, and yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, and if you found value in this session, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe so you never miss the daily market outlooks, the live breakdowns, the high probability price action setup that I've shared every week. So I appreciate you all for being here. Hope you got value from today's session, and hope you are ready to take over the markets from my setup that I actually shared you guys today. So I want you guys to stay disciplined, manage your risk, and always remember, once price approaches our level, all we have to do is to set and forget. So have a great day and take care, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in the next live trading session. So see you guys.